Oh, this is Greg Allison, Green Greg's, coming to you in the actually wee morning hours of the 29th of December 22. Time on deck is 0. Oops, gotta be this. Pardon me. I'm on a new computer here. I haven't got this thing set up, guys. You know, if you notice why my video is blurry, it's because I'm operating this from my laptop, my primary laptop, because my desktop is it's croaked right now. She's trying to reboot. Anyway, time on deck is 0007 hours, 7 minutes into the day. New day here, guys. So have the grid attacks gone cyber? What's cooking, guys? What is really afoot? And what does it mean for us in the long run? Are we in imminent danger? Are they covering up what's really taking place? We need to have a look at this. Now, for the purpose of keeping up with the live stream, I got an older little bitty laptop here that I am going to try to monitor chat on if the battery lasts. So I'm about to refresh that page here. So pardon me, guys, if you haven't watched my channel before. For one, is that this is live and I'm trying to get the chat up over here, so I'm monitoring it while I talk here. I'm operating off 2 laptops, my normal little size laptop, my little bitty one over here. Okay, very good. And now at least I can. So we got 36 in the room. Wow, we already got a pretty good crowd collected here. Very good, thank you, Cindy and Granny and Tina Williams and Zen Jamin. And new day as always, Charlotte. All right, guys, so here we are. I'm going to try to do some sharing here. But first, the grid attacks are really concerning me. They're getting more intense. And I think there's intent behind them that may be nefarious more than we might think. And maybe there's a lot more just happened. I think this whole thing with the rolling brownouts might have been a bigger picture, something being swept under the rug. Because, you know, this whole time we was having these brownouts, going, you know, we have gotten colder. We've gotten much colder and didn't have these problems. Why are we having these problems now? Population gone a little bit, not that much. Maybe more people moving down here, other areas, but still, it's agri across the eastern seaboard. Really, probably not that much so. Yet it's been eastern seaboard, and apparently it's entered in power. Maybe Duke Power is a problem. Well, I have to give credit to Popular Preparedness for the guy being the guy who's really brought this out in attention on YouTube. So I'll give the credit where credit's due. He mentioned it first, but this is something that we've got to pay a lot of attention to. Crazy Farm, how you doing? Good morning. Stan, good morning. Early morning. Many of you know I've chaired 2 power grid defense conferences. Pardon my squeaky chair, guys. Somebody's got to tell me where you find this lithium grease. I recommend that's what I use. I oiled the heck out of this chair with this gun on. I think I used half of this bottle, and it's still weak. Anyway, so I'm going to share it, you guys. So bear with me. And a lot of people are in here. If you watch just regular videos, you know, they have a different format than the live videos. I just did a video with Doug Thompson, excuse me, and from Uncommon News 777. He's a regular on this channel. And I'm probably going to post it on Rumble, because we're talking about an invasion. It's going on, apparently. So, guys, you're going to have to see that. I might put it on Silverhead News YouTube. It's probably one of my Rumble channels. I'll show you that in a little bit, guys. So here we are. We've all heard about the Christmas attacks on the substations up in the Washington State area around Puget Sound, and that's followed on the heels of the North Carolina attacks. Well, you know, we were hearing about 3 attacks up there in the Washington State area. It turns out now they're talking like it was 4. I'm still having the same problem with this computer. I do. My other computer, I'm having to fight. Oh, Lord. Trying to fight control on my tabs. I have to move the screen down because all the tabs on Google are at the top of the page. Well, that's where the Zoom comes in. The Zoom covers them completely. That's even worse on this computer. Wow. Okay. And again, this is about those Washington State attacks. Well, like I said, it turned out that apparently there were 4 of them. But here's what concerns me, and this is the video from Popular Preparedness. Now, this might be a channel you'd like to check out. This guy's a pretty smart guy, channel just a little bit bigger than mine in terms of subscribers, probably gets a zillion more views. So let's see. Oh, yeah. This video by today, I got 56,000 views. I don't get that kind of views anymore. I used to. Way back years ago when I had a tiny little channel, I got views like that. But I have been stomped by the platform. That's why I need your thumbs up. I need your support. If you don't support me, please tell me why. I want to know. Charlotte Scott Gray, wonder what you take, your guess, what's coming first and when, just your perspective. I'm going to do a predictions video here probably tomorrow. So never any suspect descriptions. Now, what do you mean by, about the suspects? Oh, you haven't captured anybody. We've not even seen them. All these hits, North Carolina, they had some arrest, but, they don't know who that was, had anything to do with it or not. So, and then nothing else was said about those individuals. They probably grabbed the wrong people. I guess if somebody's driving by and they grabbed them. Because it went quiet, didn't it? Anybody hear anything about those guys anymore? I haven't heard a word. We are more of a family than Popular Preparedness. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Zen. Yes, we are a family here. Now, that's the case. We are a family here on this channel. And guys, hey, by the way, all this stuff going on, you better think well, let me go back here and talk about this. Let's go back here for just a minute. He did make some good points. So I'll give him some credit. What he discovered was that a third of the power plants went offline at Duke Power. Just when they needed the power the most, Christmas Eve night on the 24th, man, it was dropping record cold when they had all this time to get ready for it. 1/3 of the power production capacity at Duke went offline. 1/3. Zip. What happened? Why did 1/3 of their power production capacity go offline when they needed it the most? What was that all about? That is highly, highly suspicious. Was Duke that incompetent? I don't think so. They've been producing power at Duke Power for generations. And this is why he is suspecting, the guy here with Popular Preparedness, that it was a cyber attack. And I think he's got a good point. But I got news to add that he don't have, because I'm inside the power grid intelligence community. And I'm going to tell you that Sandia National Laboratories has one of the power transformers that was produced by one of the high-powered transformers that was produced by China. And the rumors are that they took it to check it out to see what really was in. The rumors are they found cell phone. It's probably more than rumors. They found, apparently, indications they found cell phone type components in the system that would enable calls between maybe Chinese and this transformer, both going both ways, maybe so they know what the transformer is doing, they can monitor it, or they can command it. So we don't know if the power production capacity fault at Duke Power was actually in the generation or in the transformers. You might recall, here's what bothers me, guys. Hey, Jason and Dragon, how y'all doing? Lizzie may be dizzy. Good to see you, Kathy. And Fazioli, John Long's back in the house, guys. We got 80 watching now. So, guys, think about this. My good friend, the late Dr. Peter Vincent Pry, always taught us that if there would be a hit on our grid, it would come as a multi-pronged attack. Multi-pronged. That we would be hit by cyber, by the ballistic attack, when people directly attacking substations, and by an EMP. Well, we're having a lot of dry runs at hitting the substations, the tertiary outlier ones. Several of them are being hit. Record numbers. Plus, this thing at Duke. Is this 2 legs of the triad, a dry run to take down our grid? The skies on the coldest day of the year. Why is it Duke saying more? What really happened there? So either they're inept by losing 1/3 of their power production capacity, which I don't think they'd want to admit to that, or something else occurred. What was it? Did they just have sudden massive failures of their equipment? Duke knows better than that. Duke's got to know better, right? Dragon Day is a movie where the Chinese used their semiconductors built into a power grid to shut us down. Wow. Well, there you go. This is what we're talking about. They've got these components. And here's what they are. I was going to make this point and I dropped off of it. President Trump forbade the importation of Chinese components to go in our critical infrastructure, especially our power grid. He forbade that. He gave an executive order to shut that down and stop it. On day one in office, his very first day in office, Joe Biden rescinded that executive order. Let that sink in. Joe Biden rescinded that executive order. Now, what do we got? What happened at Duke? I mean, this could have been catastrophic. This could have taken down the whole nation on the coldest deadgum day in decades. Did we lose any people because of this? Did somebody freeze? Somebody starve? Or there's some elderly people on life support systems that couldn't make it because of this power loss? And yet we let these things happen. We just let these things happen. Most of the components, according to Peter Pry, for major transformers come from Germany and South Korea. Yeah, I've told you that, and that's been the case. But it has been shifting that more and more of that's coming from China. Or it has been recent. Yeah. It's Siemens out of Germany. And I think it's who's maybe Mitsubishi out of whoever it is. I've talked to the plant managers down in Mobile. They've actually got a plant in Mobile, the same company, so South Korean company. I think it's Mitsubishi. I don't believe it's Siemens. Not Siemens. I don't believe it's Samsung. I think it's Mitsubishi. I could be wrong. I haven't. It's been like over 2 years since I've talked to them. I was trying to get them involved in our power grid defense conferences. So, guys, that's the case. That is the case, and a lot of stuff is coming from China, and that shouldn't be allowed. So here's what I worry about. Here's the upshot. What does this portend? Are we facing down the barrel of a major power outage? When it could take our country to its knees? I got to ask you, is that where we're heading? Think about it. Could it be? John, my granddaughter, when she was about 3 and 4, would say, probably made in China. And the way she said it sounds like you said, Greg. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. All right. We lost power in Maine, but was down trees. Oh yeah, you had some rough weather in Maine, and that's one state where you get it. So guys, we have to really center point was hacked. Yeah, what else was hacked? Hey, we got Doug in the house. Thank you, Doug. Guys, like I said, I just did a video with Doug. Doug, I think I'm probably going to post it on the Rumble channel. The more I think about it, that video is, y'all going to have to subscribe to my Rumble channel, guys, because I'm going to put, this is where I'm going to put the salacious stuff right here. Swivel head news on Rumble. And Doug and I got a lot of stuff to talk about, and this is a good place to put it. And I did notice, yeah, one of my videos got almost 701 views. So this video is going to need more views than that. What I'm going to put on it is very important, guys. So if you're not subscribed to Swivelhead News on Rumble, go do it now. If you notice my video looks a little grainy, it's because I'm doing it from my laptop. My laptop camera is not so good. But hey, my other computer is croaking. It's having issues. Maybe I was cyber attacked. All right, guys. So hey, come here right now, guys. Check this out. My Patriot Supply. There's actually an interesting deal here. Of course, they got the $200 off the 3-month supply, but look at the 1-month supply. 4 weeks, $100 off there. That's actually cheaper on a per mil basis than the 3-month supply. They kind of got it backwards. Look at this, guys. 4-week supply, just $177. This is 2,000 calories a day, 3 meals a day. Man, I can't eat in a week for $177 at the grocery store. So, and this stuff lasts 25 years, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's even got some drinks and desserts. Deals will make you a winner. Judy, how you doing? Hello to you. I'm a couple minutes behind in chat and fast. Okay, Kathy. All right, so let's go on. Here is Oh My Mag. Oh My Mag. Boy, boy. Anyway, so guys, just kind of bring in some of the other stuff that's cooking, things that may pertain to this. China has just sent over 70. I saw 71 in another count aircraft to Taiwan and within the last 24 hours before this article was published, guys. This was published on the 26th. So this is a huge escalation in the number of aircraft going into Taiwanese airspace. 71 within a day. You know, they were up to 40 something. So what is cooking, guys? There's a lot of rumors now about the prospects for, thank you, Frozen, for sharing that. Thank you very much. A lot of prospect in new days, a lot of prospects for them to hit Taiwan. There's a lot of talk about it, and it's escalating. The talk coming out of China in that regard seems to be picking up. Will they do it? Time will tell. But this is my good friend Mike Mabey's website, Command Sergeant Major Michael Mabey. I have had him on this channel. That's him right there. Back in Iraq in 2004. And here he is. You've probably seen his face on my channel a good number of times, and I hope to get him back on here. This is some of the kind of ground he covers about attacks on our grid. He's been on 60 Minutes. He is a true star. But he's got a good message. So I encourage y'all to check out his website here. You can get a pretty good education just going through and reading his various articles. Quoted, Washington Examiner, electrical substations, Achilles heel of America's vulnerable energy grid. No kidding. That is so true. Anyway, this website is michaelmabey.info. michaelmabey.info. All right. But hey, you know, look, our good friends over here with Epic Times are covering this stuff. But look, Chinese are actually simulating supposedly nuclear blast in space. Supposedly take out satellite networks like Starlink. What else would a nuclear blast in space do? Create an EMP effect, right? Take out systems all over the ground. So what are they really practicing for? It's time to be aware, guys. Don't be scared. Be prepared. Get ready. Do what you can. Stockpile food, nugs, kibbles to feed the nugs. Water, means of purifying and sanitizing water. That may be the most important thing to stockpile. You need a knife to get around in the woods, chop wood, and so forth, like my bolo knife. So I got a granddaughter, and finally my ex is woo. All right, Granny. So let's see here. Oops, I'm not killing this page. There we go. Grow a garden. If you want to grow a garden, worms would do you well, because you can recycle your garden scraps and make the best compost for your worms here. So all you got to do, if you come to greengregs.com, don't click on these links here. They don't all work. So just scroll down to the Buy Worms button. Hit that. It'll take you to a whole nother set of links at the top of the page. All those work. It'll take you to the right place. And you want to watch the wild edibles and medicinals? Those will be very important videos, guys. So let's just kind of look at what else we got. Here's some of my other channels. I haven't got everything loaded on this computer. It's not my normal computer to operate from. But what is this? Slow coming up. Oh, what in the world? That ain't what I was trying to pull up. What happened there? Oh, Lisa Haven. That's what I was wanting to show you. Oh, where did it go? Oh, shoot. It's acting up on me. Oh, Lisa Haven's had some good videos recently. Okay, this is our Rumble channel for YouTube. Not YouTube. This is my Swivelhead News Rumble channel, not YouTube at all. I can talk stuff here I cannot talk on this platform. This is my Galactic Graves channel for Lever Lobe. There we are. Rather spacey topics. Here we are. This is my YouTube swivel head news. Time to start making regional content for this channel. We may go over here in a little bit to do some stuff. Yeah, might maybe secure the grid now. All right, guys, stop the share. Hey, hello. Like I said, it's blurry, but I'm operating from a laptop camera, and that's not the best laptop out there. All right, Uncommon News says the video we made tonight is a bit hard hitting, definitely worthy of a Rumble channel. There you go. Yes, hard hitting. Doug and I did a video that is hard hitting. We're calling for action. That's why it's hard hitting. Calling for action. Things have got to be done. Uh, 5 degrees Fahrenheit knocks the greens off of turnips. I believe they had some turnip greens out here in my component system, and they're ice got them. Ice got them ready. My worms are growing wild and free thanks to green grows. Well, thank you. Thank you for that endorsement, New Days. I mean, excuse me. I believe that was actually Granny said that, wasn't it? Granny Lana. What happened? My screen just jumped. There it is. Yeah, Granny Lana said that. Good. She got worms from me. All right, guys. We've only been here, a lot shorter than normal, but I think we're going to go 21 minutes. And I've had issues. Look, I've been trying to rebuild my greenhouse. That's one of the reasons I'm not being on here much. Oh, I can show you some pictures. Look at my phone. You know how I sometimes flip through the screen. Hang on, guys. Well, I got a start picture to show you. Hang on. I got a really interesting one. Ding, 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 ding. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Yeah, that's me up on the ladder. 14-foot ladder. Yeah. Oh. Here's the start photograph. What's hanging beneath the Star David? They're hanging underneath my phone. I'll leave that to y'all to puzzle out. But I'll show you a different background. I got the same thing. Here's the edge-on view of it. Just hanging up in that phone. How's it do that, guys? What is it? How's it do that? Here I am at the top of the greenhouse. That was like the night before. I don't even want to show you this picture now. I'll show you this picture after we get the video of it all fixed up. Yeah, my greenhouse, y'all know, has had a lot of damage from previous snows. Here I am up here smiling. Yeah, I do get up there. I do some work. Another thing I had problems with this weekend. My laundry room is this way. Bathroom is right above it. My hot water heater busted. Well, the hot water line froze and then it burst, and all that. I thought that water would go out. I got a little hole inside my house. Let it go out there. No, it came straight down, right in my laundry room. And I had all this clothes I just washed hanging up by the over the door jamb or whatever you call that. And that water was nasty. It hit everything I just washed. It's like, all my clean clothes. So, did you try raw ginger? John Cole, that is correct in a way. Most intense manufacturing now in south of Birmingham to Mobile Bay. Hey, Perspective, where you at? We got 2 Alabamians in here tonight at least. We got Perspective. John Cole is here in Alabama. John's in the house. Obviously, you're talking to him. I get a flash flood soon. Not yet. Maybe I need to check my weather forecast. Worms for Titan. I've had John Cole on this channel. There he is. Chaser Network is discussing a potential severe weather outbreak for, the 3rd of January. It's very cold and sudden warm up. Wow. Tornadoes. That's just the last thing we need. Tornadoes in January. Guys, if this don't tell you how to be prepping, what does? The weather's extreme. People are attacking the grid. I'm really expecting our grid's going to get brought down. I mean, it's just crazy what's going on. Lower Alabama. Hey, Sarah, how you doing? Sarah Smoke, LA, Lower Alabama. That's what everybody, all us Alabamians know. When you say LA, you're not talking about something on the left coast. All right, let's see if I find any other interesting pictures while I got this open. Oh, y'all see those? All right, so we have what was hanging from my fingers, guys? Anybody took a stab at that? USA is out of fever meds. We're running supply on low on a lot of supplies. Guys, that was a snowflake I had suspended beneath my thumb. That was a snowflake. It was a Lone Star David snowflake. Like a perfect Star David. Kind of odd. But all snowflakes are six-sided, but the sides are point stick different forms. I am east of Montgomery. Hey, Perspective Visions. Well, John Cole knows your area too. He was down in that area teaching once upon a time. All right, so Granny's got a big fever. Rubbing alcohol? Yes, because the evaporation cools you off. It dries your skin too. All right, guys, what I'm going to show you here. Right, here was the tree that's outside my office, being backlit by the sun. That's my work office, man. That cute. Excuse me, I don't know if I'm having enough gas in to do another channel review tonight here, guys. It's late. And I'm not much that much. I got to get up early because I got to run this computer here to another shop. And I still got to work my day job. I've been doing, like I said, that's why you've not seen many videos from me lately. I'm still doing my day job. I'm not getting the holiday season off. Plus I'm trying to work the greenhouse. I was trying to save it. I had water damage in the house. My hands have been full. It's been nuts. That's the kind of stuff you get when stuff starts going rough. Casual preparedness. I lived in Panama City for 10 glorious years and miss it. Well, Panama City's got the Naval Intercoastal Systems Station. And there used to be a boat that operated it out of there called the Mr. Offshore. It used to be run by Captain Blackman. What was his first name? I believe it's Blackman. Anyway, that was the ship I took the Hart Cat's Prize rocket out on. The Gulf of Mexico. Oyster Bar, don't remember names. Madam. The Hart Cat's Prize rocket. I've probably shown that video before. CB, that would be something Zen. What is this idea? I love to see Greg debate Suspicious Observer. Guys, Suspicious Observers, he's one of the most popular channels we get on this channel. He tells you the earth goes zoom, zoom, at the crust just slides on over the core. I got a video where I bust that all to pieces. Y'all need to see it. And one of the best proofs is the caverns we have. I'll go into that more in the future. Maybe I have to do another video. I got to dig it up. Ben, don't do debates. Yeah, you know why you don't do debates? Because you can't stand the heat in the kitchen. I'll debate him. So, hogwash. Guys, people that try to shut down speech do so because, like, on the left side of the spectrum, because their ideas do not survive in the free market of ideas. They don't survive in the free market of discussion. If they got your attention and they're just watching them, they can convince you through all this buttressing that they are right. If somebody walks by and says BS and blows a hole in the side of it, their whole house of cars goes tumbling down. And I got a video. Yeah, oh yeah, I meant to talk about that. North Shore, guys, North Shore Preparedness. He passed on Christmas Day, guys. He was one of our favorites. He would come in here and in our chat room. I've been in this chat room, and great guy. He was a great guy. And he got sick, went to the hospital, and he came back on and did some videos at North Shore. Yeah, he had a beard, long hair, but he shaved it all off, a few weeks ago. I guess for his medical treatments, but he didn't make it. So pray for his soul, pray for his family, guys. I didn't mean to mention that earlier, right up front. Then suspicious observers looks like a vampire character. Loudy musty, guys. Prayers for North Shore Preparedness and his family. All right, Rochelle, thank you. Great guy. He's a great guy, So that's a big loss to our prepping community. Big loss to our prepping communities in North Shore. Well, good to see you, Lady LaBelle. How you doing? I know tetracycline can be a little difficult to keep longer. So, here's something else to bear in mind. All this, all this talking, when we said we only had 25 days of fuel in reserve, blah, blah, blah. And I always said, guys, it's the related rates problem. It depends on the rate of usage versus the rate of putting it back. Problem is we've shut down a lot of refineries permanently, so our rate of replenishing or putting back into storage has dropped, and yet the rate at which we're demanding this stuff is up. And we depleted our national fuel reserves quite a bit to keep prices down, so that people would stuff pieces of paper in the ballot box that went this way. Or at least to my wrong hand side of the equation. When you was a kid, you had a right hand and a wrong hand. Or to you, this looks like left and this looks like right, but that's not. This is my right hand. This is my left hand. All right, North Shore was great. He really was. Doing good, sir. Dad is in the hospital. Oh, lady, sorry to hear that. Pray for Lady LaBelle's friend, dad, people. All right, Stan. Yeah, good night to you. Thank you for being here. Drive safe and watch out for the idiots. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, let's give you a driving tip. Here's something else. There's a lot of stuff I don't talk about just because it seems like a foregone conclusion. Everybody shouldn't know it. It shouldn't even have to be mentioned. I was taking the ladder that I rented from. I bought a 14-foot step ladder for my greenhouse. I thought it was going to deliver Thursday a couple of weeks ago. Discovered it's not actually coming in until I think the 5th or 12th of January. Well, I needed a ladder now, so I went and rented one from Home Depot. I was taking it back yesterday morning, and I'm driving down the road. And suddenly this long line of cars just stopped. Why? Because one car was trying to go up a hill with ice on, and he stopped. And there was a bunch of fools just like right behind him. I'll say these fools were lucky fools this time. I've seen this go a lot worse. Rule 1, you're driving up a hill that's icy. Merlin, thank you for the set. Wow! Whoa! Hot diggity dog. Merlin, holy smokes. Merlin and the Fae Kingdom. $99.99. Holy walking smoking moly. Thank you, sir. That's the best super chat I've had in ages. that'll almost double what I'm making on YouTube this month. I mean, shoot, my revenues have plummeted. That helps a lot. So thank you, Merlin. That makes doing live sessions worthwhile right there. You got all the Christmassy stuff in there. All right, from Merlin, from one wizard to another, blessings upon you. All my spells are blessings, by the way. Nothing bad. Nothing bad. The common sense is a punishment and a gift. No kidding. No kidding. What I was about to say was this. If you're going up a icy hill, do not stop. You stop, you're not going to get any more traction. All you got is your momentum to get you over the top. If you lose that momentum, it's history. You know where you're going? Back down the hill, totally uncontrolled, most likely. I thought that vehicle was stuck there. They were scared to do anything. They couldn't go forward no more. Well, no, you ain't going to go forward on an icy hill if you stop. You don't get scared and stop. That's the last thing you do. That means you're visiting the neighbors who got no better sense than be right behind you. So that's the second thing don't do. Don't follow another car going up an icy hill because he's an idiot and he's going to slide back down and hit you. And you ain't going to have nothing to do other than get hit by his car coming back at you, which means if you're doing that, that's idiocy act number 2. Don't be an idiot. So one, if you're going up an icy hill, keep going. Don't slow down. Don't drive on ice. Don't do anything jerky. None of this. Now, if you're sliding, cut into your slide. If you're rear end sliding around, if you're a rear-wheel drive vehicle, then you can cut into that slide. You know, don't overdo it though. Just because you overcompensate, you're gonna be doing this. Woo, 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 woo. Especially if you're on black ice. That's how I discovered black ice up in Alaska. So, hey Jesse, how you doing? So, just some live tips here, guys. If you're going up an icy hill, the best thing you can actually do is just drop off one side of the road a little bit if you need traction where there's snow instead of ice or maybe rock if you can. I realize that some places don't have a shoulder, but if you got a shoulder over there or some snow, you can get traction in snow, but not on ice. If when you come up to an intersection, sneak up on it. Don't just drive up to it and think you're going to hit the brakes and stop. No, you're going to be in the middle of the intersection, in the middle of other traffic with cars going zing, who are on icy roads and can't stop either. Aim right at you. Sneak up on that intersection. And when you got to go, you lightly let off to get started. Very lightly, because you hit the gas, you're just going to spin. So you sneak up on the intersections and you ease out of them. Just kind of remember, it's kind of like being on a boat. You can't, if you ever driven a boat, that's kind of like what it's like to drive on ice, but it's worse on ice. I remember one time I took a driver's ed class, and then this police sergeant, it is impossible to drive on ice. Nobody can drive on ice. I said, excuse me. Oh, no, you can't do it. I did it. No, you didn't do it. I lived in Alaska for years, and ice is all we had to drive on 9 months out of the year. So, oh, yeah. Well, that's before the movie Ice Road Truckers came out. Yeah, you can drive on ice, but you better know what you're doing. So that's why I'm giving these tips. They seem obvious. Same kind of thing about winter survival, things that I thought should have been obvious, should have told you. And then you hear dozens of people dying on a road because they got stranded. You get caught in an ice storm. You're liable to get stranded because that knucklehead tried to go up the hill in front and he couldn't. And he lost control of his car. And I got a whole line of cars on a road and everybody can go anywhere and you're socked in. It's late. Nobody's going anywhere. You might be way out in the middle of nowhere on a highway. Now you're stuck. You're not going anywhere. You are there. What are you going to do? You're going to wish you were a prepper. You're going to wish you had a bug out bag in your vehicle, a travel bug out bag, or at least carry blankets, a little food, a little water, maybe some water purification systems. Yeah, and have a little food. And one of these buckets would be great, but you got to have some water too for that. So you'll have a little water in your vehicle, but blankets, flashlight, and maybe a candle for heat. Just got to remember, a can of Crisco can make a candle that lasts for a long time. But a good candle like that would probably help heat your car up a little bit inside. Just remember, don't go to sleep and knock it over and burn yourself up, okay? So you want to put it out before you go to sleep. But it can, oh yeah, if you're going to do it, bingo, thank you, Judy. A fire starter kit. I might remember I showed y'all a planting still the other day. I got that upstairs right now. But I still got what Doug gave me. I'll move some stuff around. Let me see if I can find it in short order here. Whoa, knocking stuff. Oh yeah, here's part of it. The rest of it. That's right here. I just made a bunch of stuff around because I had to move my computer. That ain't where it normally is. There it is. There we go. Doug, who's in the room, who I just did a video with, it's going to be posted probably on my Rumble channel. Crack the window, CO2 poison. You're right, John Cole. And do not go to stay warm in your car, in your garage. You will get carbon monoxide poison. That's what CO is. Not CO2, but CO. Carbon monoxide. You see that? That is a lantern. This is a lantern. Made out of what? Nug kibble casings. This one's got a striker built onto it. Ding, 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 ding. Pull off the short casing. There's the long casing. It's got some lighter fluid in it. Since I got these two little bitty lamps, I bought a little can of lighter fluid. So I bought a good prepper small can to go with these little lamps. See? That's what preppers do. You buy extra. That's what prepping's all about, my friends. Now I got this turned sideways right now to actually light the other one. But if I turn it back to the direction of this one and just hit the striker. Well, I think my lighter fluid's a little dry. Because I burned it several times, that's why. It's a good way to help start a fire too. And here's another one. Now I could hit it with the same striker, or just imagine you got a old cigarette lighter and it's run out of fluid. Most of them, the strikers are still good long after the fluid runs out. So you can just hit the striker. That's all it takes. Beautiful, right? These will last forever as long as you got something to make a wick out of and got something to make a flammable fluid out of. But I always tell you, buy a bunch of these too. They're easy, they're cheap. You can carry them around easy. I got them everywhere. Lots of them. And I got my flint and steel. I'll do more on that kind of stuff fire starting in the future. I did talk about my video when I was walking around the woods. I did that video a couple of days ago. Actually, I did a video a day before I posted because I lost my camera. I actually lost my camera that had the video on it. And I found it in my neighbor's front yard. Well, my neighbor's a plumber. I went over to try to get some help, with my plumbing here in the house. And I dropped the camera over there. I couldn't find it. So I didn't get to load that video the day I wanted to. That was the last video I uploaded on there. So, all right. Pencil shavings. There you go. It's a rich pine. So I was talking about rich pine, which is called fat wood in that video. Rich pine. So pay attention to that video. Let's see if I can find it. Show you what we're talking about here. Ding, 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 ding. Got that one. Hang on, guys. I'll show it to you in a minute. One momentum, please. Oops, I ain't what I'm gonna do. Go here. La 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 la. I called the video Winter Warning. Share screen. But it just, there's some things that just seem so obvious to me that even when I'm talking on a prepper channel, I just take it for granted. I shouldn't do that because, that little episode of watching the people slide down the hill, it just brought it to me. It's like, y'all should know better than this. How come you don't know better than this? Anyway, check this out. Winter warning, grid down object lesson. There I talk about the fat wood, what they call fat wood these days, which we always call rich pine. Remember, lighters, big type, don't work when wet. There you go. But you can light rich pine when wet if you got a way to make a fire, start a fire. Now, flint and steel, the flint and steel will make a spark, but when wet, but if you're using char cloth, that char cloth has to be dry. A lot of people use these little Altoid tins to make their char cloth in. I will cover that in a future video. Char cloth is like cotton cloth. Put in it. Most people knock a hole in it and put in the fire. They watch the steam come out. When it stops coming out, they take it off fire, let it cool down for them so they don't cover the holes up so they don't get a backdraft oxygen to reignite and burn the char cloth stuff. But char cloth is really that, but it's great for taking a spark of flint and steel. Chaga mushroom up north does the same thing, but there's also plants here in the south that you can use in most of the eastern seaboard in lieu of char cloth or chaga, which don't grow around here. So here you birch trees and chaga growing. But really and truly, it's not even necessary to put holes in the top because the gas will vent along the edges. It will vent. So we'll have to cover some more of that stuff in the future, guys. Just a matter of time. I finally caught alive tonight. Okay, him dog, glad you're here. Glad you're here. We got 150 in the house. Holy walking smoke moly, 150 in the house. So for those just coming in, the whole gist of this video is as follows. Not only are we getting direct physical attacks on our grid, but in Duke Power in the Carolinas, on what precipitated this whole rolling blackout thing we saw on the eastern seaboard was Duke Power trying to make up for the fact they lost 1/3 of their production capacity at 8 p.m. on the 24th. Pickaxe, how you doing, old soldier with an AIDS Zippo? There you go. That's kind of like Doug made me those, and that's kind of what it is. It's kind of a poor man's Zippo made from old nug casings. So I got it in my pocket right now. And he had it all painted up nice, but he carried it in my pocket with all the pocket change and all the other junk I got in there. So I got both in my pocket right now. They make nice caps, even though there's kerosene here, it's not leaking out. I test them, I filled them up, and I laid them on the side, and they're doing just fine. That wiggler I do. What was that, Jesse? We got a wiggler in the house. Hey, I sell wigglers. I stopped by the local laundromat, got a $1 store bag worth of free lint. There you go. Might start that, make it better. Oh, okay. We got Al Batwitch Wiggler. It's saying that even with a flint and steel, it's so incredibly difficult to get a fire going without a lighter. Rochelle, how you doing? Going to just listen for that my eyes are heavy. Well, that's okay, Rochelle. Yeah, you doing great. Says Al Batwitch. Good, good to see you. Still the pine tar. Great, yeah. Shoot, that stuff will burn precursor to turpentine. That stuff will, you can just light chunks of that wood. You don't have to have kindling and all kinds of stuff. That stuff will light. It'd be interesting trying to make a dust out of that and see if I could actually ignite it with a flint cell. I'm not seeing anybody do that. That would be an interesting experiment. Lighters don't light because they're filled with butane. Butane freezes. Well, as the temperature goes down, its pressure goes down, and it gets harder and harder to light. That gives you a little advantage of the Zippo, actually. Zippo top lighters do have an advantage given that. Alaska makes moose candles. There you go. Hey, when I was up there and was cooking moose, we had to add grease to it to cook it because it was so lean. Dust out of chaga would work. Chaga's got to be dry. But, we live down here where we don't have any chaga, so I'm gonna have to start. There are some plants that can work. Cotton balls and Vaseline. Yeah, a lot of people do that. A lot of people. Save our sawdust campaign. There you go. Good meat. Yeah, it's good meat. Same with propane. Yeah, any gas is going to have issues because it loses pressure as the temperature goes down, and the pressure is what propels it out of the container. Yeah, Brian. So what we were talking about earlier is how this whole thing with Duke Power smacks of and sounds a lot like it might be a cyber attack. Prospects exist that we may have had a major cyber attack in the United States. Maybe it's part of a dry run for something bigger. Eventually, guys, my take is this: distributed systems, centralized power, centralized, highly distributed anything probably isn't going to work. You know, there used to be Soviet agents in the United States that on the event of a war between the United States and Soviet Union. They had two missions. One, take down the power grid. Two, poison the water supply. What's water supply and power grid have in common? Well, they're both distributed systems from centralized points and nodes that feed out to a lot of people. If you had your own water and your own power, you wouldn't be as wrong. If everybody had that, they couldn't do nothing. So we've set ourselves up and made ourselves highly vulnerable to these kind of things. If you look at my universal habitat concept, you get all the water you're going to need from rainwater, even in the desert on that system. If you're, and you won't need power, heat, and water. You're going to be very independent in that kind of home. If you check out my universal habitat, the hippies used to talk about. The hippies used to talk about putting in reservoirs. Yeah, I'm not going to be surprised. If all the illegals coming across the border, God only knows what they're up to. Bingo, that's what Doug and I was talking about right there. And was talking about constitutional avenues where the state could actually activate militias to take care of that. So that is what's on that video, guys. I think it's a little too, maybe a little too much to go on this platform here. Maybe I've already said too much in this video. So just as a going in disclaimer, I got nothing against people from anywhere in the world as long as it's the people. What you got to watch is the organizations that often mean harm, terrorist groups who would like to take out our power, for example, especially in light of the statements made by the former head of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, which when he was told that, hey, if you just take out 9 of the correct critical substations, you take down the entire grid. He just kind of laughed it off. He says, I already got 20 of them targeted with sleeper cells in the United States. And that was years ago. Well, we know there's all kinds of people coming across that border now. We need to be able to control who comes in for our own safety and security. Not to say that I can understand some people needing refuge. I can understand we're lacking in people to do jobs in this country. But at the same time, we need to control who's coming in. Doug and I go into that in great depth in a video we just recorded, so I'm not going to beat on that horse anymore. Just check it out. This has got nothing to do with racism or anything like that. This has to do with just protecting home, mama, kids, businesses, grandparents. Then I'm single, so I use paper plates. I do the dishes by using them to start my fire. There you go, Zen. That works. That starts your fire somehow, and it burns. All right. Currently, true axle. We have no borders, wide open. Amen. We don't have mushrooms around I can get to. Yeah, Granny. There's other plants and things in these, but even up in the desert, you might want to set aside some dry, make you some charcoal. Anyway, it wouldn't hurt. Charcoal catches a spark real good. It's just, Said you have to make a fire to make a fire with flint and steel, or you got to find the right other combinations. There are other combinations in some places. So let's see here. Did the fired ex-cook just pass away? Huh. I don't know. I've been behind on news, guys, because like I said, I work late on my day job. I had to make up the time I was running my computer back for. I'm going to have to do the same thing tomorrow. And tomorrow night I'm planning to have dinner with my son and granddaughter. My granddaughter just turned 21 years old. I have a 21-year-old granddaughter. Can you believe it? I've been a grandpa. I've been a grandpa all my life. I was born a grandpa. Fireworks going off last night. Okay, fireworks. Yours is coming fast. Chaw. I grew 2 pines to 60 foot and never saw any mushrooms. Yeah, it's always possible. Someone message me my name, please. Try that. All right, Greenie. Go. All right. Franco Harris of the Steelers. 72. Hey, SV Torah, Salem, how you doing? I still got 148 in the room. All right, guys. Need some thumbs up. Need some thumbs up, guys. Really do. And for those that don't know, Merlin and Faye King's, I can't read the name, Faye King Crown, I believe it says. They have an awesome super chat of $99.99 tonight. So everybody, hats off to Merlin. That helps a lot. So let's see here. LOL, Greg. I mean the plant name to burn. Oh. There's a few. I will try to cover some videos coming up in the night, maybe in the springtime after some of the plants are coming out. Anyway, there's a few, but they're it's nettles basically. It's like if you got stinging nettle or dead. I hear dead nettles, but most dead nettle is a mint, and I don't think that the mint version actually works. I'll be willing to try some of that, but I'm thinking it's the stinging nettles. So that's something we'll work on in the future, but you got to dry it. But there's one of them that you don't have to dry. I think the nettles really don't require much drying. I got another plant in mind I think might work too. And it will have to be dried first, probably. I got an ideal plant I think in mind. A lot of us, Wolf and the host, are extremely worried about illegals now. Oh, that we can no longer vet wolfers. That's scary. That's scary. Stinging nettles, that's what New Day says. Yeah. It makes a fire starter that you can use with flint and steel without charring it. No charring required. In fact, I think the whole operation is you can just dry it for a few hours and it's ready to go out in the sun. If you know stinging dead nettle, you might not wind up a dead nail, especially when it gets cold. Radio check. Okay, Brian, what's up, Brian? All right. My grandson, 9-month-old, and is sick. Oh, your 9-month-old grandson's sick. RSV and RSV. Not sure what that is. Both businesses have been vetting with non-immigrants they hired previously. Okay. Carly Truax says, found you through Lee. Well, thank you. Good night to you. Stinging nettles and horsetail. Make great tape. Well, they say stinging nettle is probably one of the most nutritious plants on earth. You gotta get them little stingers off before you take it in, right? It might be a problem. Anyway, oh lordy, guys, I'm gonna have to turn in. Seems like a daycare in here. Oh my gosh, why does it seem like a daycare, Brian? Well, after I thought about that whole scenario, then I left looking suspiciously like, what? I left. Oh, well, I tell you what, we think that well, it's coming across the border. Definitely that. So many typos. So it's all right. I'm bad about that myself. Oh, really? Sticking that down? Wow. How about that? Probably safer. Rex, how you doing, bud? I was talking about the border situation in part, but just a little bit of the recent conversation. There's a video will be coming out on my Rumble channel with Doug of Uncommon News, Doug Thompson. We're going to go into that detail, but our main topic tonight has been the power grid attacks and the prospect for maybe we've had a big cyber attack. The whole thing may be swept under the rug. All right, guys, I'm going to have to call it night. I am toasted. So stop the share. Hey, hello. The video's blurry. This is coming off my laptop, and it's just not as good a camera as you get off my regular computer. So Harbor Freight has good security cameras, and so okay. I need one though that's got, I need like 10 or 20 channels. All right there, New Days. All right, folks, it's time to call it a night. So I want to thank y'all for being here. Make sure to pray for the family of North Shore. Pray for New Days. Pray for Randy Bly. And, you know, I just got to say a big hearty thank you to Merlin and the Fay King's Crown channel for coming in here and giving me an awesome super chat. And I want to thank you, mods, for all the work you do, because y'all are awesome, keeping things up. I thank everybody for watching. Just everyone who's been here watching tonight. Thank you. A big hearty thank you. We are family. Don't forget, we are family here. That's what sets us aside from a lot of these other groups that are just channels where people just go to hear what's going on. Come here to hear what's going on. But just remember, we are a channel. We are family. It's Pen. Snoozing. How you doing, Drops? I need to catch up on my snoozing now. Anyway, yeah, Sean will be missed. Definitely that. Sean will be missed. Good guy, North Shore. Sean was a good guy. Very nice guy. Yeah, it was nice we lose some good ones. Yeah, I do have worms for sale. All right, one more time. In fact, this is a good time to get them. A good time. So I'm going to do a screen share again. Ding, 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 ding. All right, let's go and find a page where I got the worms at. And right here. Whoops. I hate it when the stuff comes down on top of me. Here we are, guys. Oh, what happened? Here we are. I'm trying to move the screen. If you come in, what you would come into when you do this is this right here. Except these buttons won't be up here. Just go here and click the Buy Worms button. We come to greengregs.com. Greengregs.com. Click the buy button. You can scroll down and you can order worms and pay for them directly. Just click on these buttons. Or if you're local, come here and pick them up. There you go. Go there. Make more videos, Greg. I'm trying, guys. Work has been kicking me. I've been working on my greenhouse. I've had the leak here. It's tough. Been tough on me, guys. But I got a video that Doug and I just did. I'll upload probably tomorrow. Whereas I am bushed. It's been a long week. Bye, worms. Thank you, Drops. Appreciate that. Appreciate New Days. Thank you. Guys, I'm out of here. Thank y'all for watching. Let me stop the share one more time. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all take care, and